The first thing locals noticed wasn't the removal vans. It was the smell. Over the past few days, at least 20 tankers have been driving back and forth behind Marsh Farm, unloading what's estimated to be around 150,000 gallons of liquid manure onto the fields surrounding Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's new home. This is where he is now officially relocated on the Sandringham Estate, and for many watching this unfold, that detail alone has become the story. Because yes, the move itself was expected, but the timing, the scale of preparation, and the very visible changes to the property have turned this into something much more noticeable. There were 3 large removal vans spotted this week at Marsh Farm, confirming that the relocation is now underway. The company handling the move, Gander & White, is known for transporting fine art, which has led to speculation that pieces from Andrew's previous residence are now being installed in the farmhouse. That includes items once displayed at Royal Lodge, some of which were linked to the royal collection. But even before the vans arrived, the property had already been transformed. Large wooden security gates have been installed at the entrance, something that was not there before. Builders have been working steadily to finish interiors, lay carpets, repaint rooms, and complete landscaping. The work has been ongoing since early in the year, but in recent weeks it has clearly accelerated. And then came the tankers. According to local reports, tractors and large white tanker vehicles have been spreading liquid organic manure across the fields directly behind Marsh Farm. This is not random. It's part of a wider agricultural system introduced when the King took control of the Sandringham Estate operations in 2018 and shifted it toward fully organic farming. The estate maintains a herd of around 500 cattle, and the manure produced is used as natural fertilizer. It is processed through anaerobic digestion and contains key nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. It is, by all accounts, standard practice for an organic estate. But the scale is what stands out. Around 150,000 gallons, delivered over multiple days, just as Andrew is moving in. Some would say, the timing is simply perfect. There is also a longer-term plan tied to this. Earlier this year, in January, planning permission was granted to construct a large slurry lagoon on the estate. It is said to be the size of 3 Olympic swimming pools and is located less than a mile from Anmer Hall, where the Prince and Princess of Wales live. So while the manure activity might seem unusual at first glance, it is actually part of a much bigger shift in how the estate is run. Still, the optics are hard to ignore. Andrew, who once lived in a 30-bedroom mansion at Royal Lodge, is now settling into a 5-bedroom farmhouse surrounded by working farmland, active fertilization, and newly installed security gates. It's a very different environment from the one he was used to, and according to reports, the adjustment has not been easy. Sources have said he was reluctant to move to Marsh Farm in the first place, describing it as significantly smaller than any home he has occupied in decades. There have also been suggestions that he struggled with what to bring, particularly given the limited space. His collection of artwork is being moved in stages, but not everything will fit. Even small details highlight the change. His well-known collection of teddy bears, reportedly numbering around 72, has been reduced to just 1 making the move. It may sound trivial, but it reflects the reality of downsizing from a large estate to a relatively modest property. Staffing has also changed. The full household support he once had is no longer in place. Instead, it has been reported that limited assistance may be available on an occasional basis, though even that arrangement has reportedly caused some frustration. And then there is the reaction from locals. In nearby King's Lynn, residents have been quite open about their views. Some have said they simply want distance from the situation, while others have expressed stronger opinions about accountability and justice. It is not a particularly warm welcome. All of this is unfolding very quietly, but very deliberately. There has been no public appearance, no statement, no acknowledgement from Andrew himself since he returned to Wood Farm after being arrested and questioned by police last month. Since then, everything has been happening behind the scenes. Renovations, security upgrades, agricultural activity, and now, finally, the move itself. And it does not feel temporary. Marsh Farm is not being treated like a short-term stop. The scale of the work, the installation of permanent gates, and the relocation of personal belongings all suggest this is intended to be a long-term arrangement. So what you have now is a former senior royal, once at the centre of public life, settling into a quiet farmhouse surrounded by farmland, organic operations, and a level of isolation that is hard to miss. For many of us, this seems quite nice, luxurious perhaps. But after hearing all that I have about Andrew and the reports from inside sources, he is not handling this move well. Andrew has been called one word over and over again: entitled. And someone this entitled would surely find it difficult to see the privilege in this relocation. But now, the focus of this move is on one detail. Not the vans, not the artwork, but the fact that, just days before he moved in, 150,000 gallons of manure were spread across the fields behind his new home. Do you think this move was simply practical? Or does it send a message about where Andrew now stands within the royal setup? How do you think Andrew is responding? Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you want more updates like this, make sure you're subscribed.